Hello everyone, hope everything is fine. It's been a minute since my last YouTube video, but here I'm back due to the enormous amount of inquiries and questions from our personal network, but also from family and friends and everything. And as you might know, these days the UAE region and Middle East in general, quite a bit of the headline and what's happening in the global ecosystem right now, the geopolitics, the politics, and all things combined needs a certain perspective when it comes to the grand scheme of things, an actual baseline of what's happening. Because probably you saw on the news that the headlines and the media outlets and those ways are actually planned in a way to deliver you a certain idea, and that's not necessarily the case when it comes to the reality. So what I'm trying to say that Dubai, especially right now, is actually proving the rest of the world on a masterclass on safety and how prepared they was and how insanely visionary they are when it comes to things that we're not planning in our daily lives. So I'll give you this. In this industry, when it comes to real estate, one of the number one questions we've been receiving and one of the number one sales points when it comes to selling a property and the lifestyle, let's say, in UAE, was the fact that it's safety and it's kind of a security network and it's untouchable aura. And some people did question, like, is it actually that safe? And because it was like a utopia where no replica is existing in anywhere else in the world in that side, like as like a holistic 360 combination of that value. You know what I mean? You cannot compare. It's not apples to apples. Like it's just shining across all the world, and people, even just by that fact, kind of had a questionable outlook when it comes to its safety. But it actually proved its worth and its security even in the worst case scenario. So everyone had that thought, like, what will happen when it comes to war, or what will happen if the city is in the Middle East, so any conflict and everything else. So previously Dubai had the worst case scenario in its whole history, and we're talking about more than 2,000 missiles, more than 500 drones, and all of that insane amount of numbers and data when it comes to how things escalated. And UAE was able to mitigate around and above 90% of all of these attacks. And one perspective that I will love to kind of humbly reflect to everyone: it's not about which city or which country could be under attack, because the said region in the Middle East, let's say, who is kind of promoting and then commencing the attacks right now, can, and also they proved that their missiles and their threats are able to reach all the way down to Europe, all the way up to France. This means that the spectrum and the area that they can span is huge. And compare this with even further technologies when it comes to what we have in today in military and other stuff, right? So it's not about which country could be attacked, because any country with a very bad decision that's not you and me, the reason behind, can be under attack. That's just a fact. And it's not about which region, it's not about which country or which city. It's the fact that every city can be under attack. That's the point. That's why when assessing a country's or a city's safety net or its value, we should never judge by the fact that it could be under attack. We should always judge by the fact that what is happening afterwards. And the aftermath in Dubai, as a personal golden visa holder there, as a full-time resident there, I can confidently say, and for other people who are residents as well, we now have even more security and more belief and peace of mind when it comes to worst case scenarios like that. And trust me, it was not minimal. I don't know what type of perspective you've been fed with the media, but mostly AI generated and fake news as well. So not everything you see is real. But when you compare the data of the attacks and the missiles and everything, it's significant, and it's massive numbers when it comes to other countries that was under attack. So UAE actually received more than 60% of all of these attacks accumulated, and that's huge. And even in those kind of worst case scenarios, they were able to mitigate all these attacks and maintain the lifestyle of its residents. There were people on the beach, including myself, with 100% security and belief in the system, and everything was actually proceeding as normal, to a degree that actually, you know, kind of switched the color of things, yes, but overall the respect and the belief that we as residents have against the government and against the city is very, very positive. And this is what we've been receiving from our clients as well, because if you actually know your way around, and if you know which sources that you should follow, and if you have a global mindset, you know a thing or two about the perspectives, right? And why is Dubai is even under attack is a whole different topic when it comes to, you know, the bigger picture. It's not necessarily about the bad relations between two nations and everything. So that's a different topic. It's a very deep one. We're not going to get into it. But the thing is that right now, investors are heavily testing the markets, and yes, it's a little bit more on like, let's wait and see, let's hold and see what's going to happen position, which is what I will recommend as well at this point. But as you know, those kind of situations bring opportunities along the way as well. Having said that, it might not be the best or the worst time as well to get into market. It's case by case basis when it comes to your profile as an investor, what's missing from your portfolio, and what Dubai will kind of play in that role when it comes to the bigger picture as well, because you might not kind of need the Dubai expansion within your portfolio when it comes to how you are diversified already in Middle East, let's say. And we've been getting a lot of questions and kind of inquiries when it comes to what else is out there when it comes to programs, investment schemes, business structures around the globe, and also passport programs, golden visa programs, and all of that stuff. So we've been getting a lot of like expected inquiries as well, due to the fact that these type of situations are actually proving us why those passport programs, why those Plan B security programs exist in the first place. Like, it just proves you its worth in these times. And the idea is to acquire them and check them out before these type of situations kind of emerge. And that's the reason Aethoras team actually built 2 free tools. It's a web app tool that any investor can try. It's Compass at Aethoras.com, which is a super quick, fast, like a test that any investor can just log in, enter the details in a very confidential way. And if you were to submit the report, you will be able to choose which areas that you need kind of interest and what you're trying to achieve, and which type of products are suitable for your profile will be able to showcase there. And if you were to send that across, our team will be able to reach out to you to fill those gaps. And there is this Fortis at Aethoras.com website, which is quite more comprehensive, and that's actually going way deep into your structures when it comes to even banking structures, to tax optimization, to even which health insurance type you have, to other kind of mechanism, and it's giving you an overall score of your global resilience index. And that's super crucial, because given these situations and what's happening here and there, is actually super important to know your position and then to position yourself outwards. You know what I mean? So have a try of those tools, and if you see any gaps, we will be here to kind of fill those. And other than that, I wish everyone an incredible journey ahead. And one fact that we can 100% sure of is the need of diversification when it comes to these days. I have my videos months and months and months ahead of these situations, and I'm talking about even Dubai itself cannot save you single-handedly. For most cases, yes. For most people, that's exactly the jurisdiction that you need in your life. But when it comes to the basics, the ABCs 101s, diversification is the root of the industry. any portfolio, any investor should be diversified, and this is a bare minimum fact that everyone should keep in mind. And personally and as a team professionally, we are here to help you out. So feel free to read the comments. There will be links and free tool links as well. Feel free to try out, and then we'll be here to connect. And I wish everyone an incredible journey ahead. All the best, all my best wishes. Take care. Bye bye.